Am I the asshole for selling my late wife's cake recipe to a bakery? My late wife passed 3 years ago. Our 2 kids were in their late 20s at the time. It's been a hard few years, and it is even harder now that I live alone. She had a lovely dark chocolate cherry cake. It was my favorite thing that she would make, and I always requested it for Father's Day. I am a shit baker, and I have tried to remake it from her notes. The notes are not very clear, and it never turns out correct. It is depressing spending so much time and it being wrong. I have asked my 2 kids to try and make it, but they have refused to. I was told that they will not figure out the recipe and to stop asking. I went to a local bakery and asked for them to figure it out. They agree as long as I gave them the permission to sell the cake in the store. It didn't take them long to figure it out, and it is almost exactly the same to my wife's. I bought one for Father's Day, and my kids were happy about the cake until I told them the bakery did it. They are pissed I would sell their mother's recipe to a bakery. This whole week they have been telling me how I am a jerk for this, and I'm wondering if I really am a jerk. I just wanted to eat her cake again. I'd think of this as a way for your wife to live on in what she created to bring happiness to others. It's not like you did it for the money. Would the bakery consider using your wife's name as part of the item name? Not the asshole. I highly doubt it, and I will not ask them. They have already done so much for and gave me the recipe with clear instructions. I'm not going to bother them about their cake name. I am just happy I can eat it again. You did nothing wrong and totally agree about not bothering the bakery any further. Not the asshole. It's funny. My mom died without leaving a complete recipe for one of my favorite dishes. The basic recipe was there, but she must have had a pinch of this, dash of that in her head, because the recipe never tastes like what my mom made. I totally get wanting to have that taste again. When your kids didn't want to try, you took matters into your own hands. Nothing wrong with that. And frankly, if your kids weren't ever going to make the cake, I'm not sure what their beef is about the bakery making it. That's close to how the recipe was. Some things would have measurements and others wouldn't be specific. It also was basically just ingredients and not many instructions. Info. What happened to *** selling *** it? In the post title you mentioned selling the recipe to the bakery, but in the post body it sounds like it was a *** trade *** in exchange for actually figuring the recipe out. Am I the asshole for telling my mom if she didn't want kids, then she's not getting a huge Mother's Day celebration? Growing up, my dad stayed at home while my mom worked. While my mom financially provided for my sister and myself, she was emotionally hands-off. She came to a ballet recital here and there, but didn't want to help with homework, didn't want to listen when we needed advice, etc. Our dad did 95% of the emotional labor. I later found out from my mom that my dad was the one who wanted kids. She loved her career and didn't mind providing financially, but she did not want to do any of the stuff related to raising us outside of that. I am very grateful she provided for us financially, but I do admit it hurts that she wasn't there when we needed her. She was physically present but not emotionally present. Edit. As this has come up, to be clear, the arrangement was my mother's idea, not my father's. That being said, I do agree that my father was equally as selfish for making this arrangement. My dad always did grand gestures for her. Mother's Day was always a big deal with a huge brunch, flowers, gifts. She was spoiled. She did nothing for him on Father's Day. He had to do everything for himself until my sister and I were old enough to do stuff for him. I get that was the arrangement they had, but I know it made my dad sad. I once asked why he didn't get the same hoopla our mom got, and he just sadly said, "Father's Day isn't as important as Mother's Day." As adults, my sister and I have tried to rectify it. We do Father's Day up big, and our dad loves it. We grill for him just how he taught us and throw a huge BBQ with some other family members. However, we've turned Mother's Day very low-key. We still celebrate our mom, but she usually gets a quiet lunch at a restaurant of her choice and a few gifts. After my mom ended up skipping my sister's baby shower this year because she didn't see the big deal with someone having a baby, my sister wanted to do nothing for her. We sent gifts but spent Mother's Day with each other, our husbands and our own kids. My mom told us after Father's Day that she was hurt we didn't do more for her in recent years. I said that since she put in almost no emotional labor into raising us, we are putting none into her. She said that our father and I had an agreement. I pointed out that yes, but we never agreed to it, and it wasn't fair that we grew up with an emotionally absent mother who didn't want us. And to be fair, we have had this conversation with our dad as well, and he admits it wasn't fair to us either. I also said if she didn't want kids, then why should she be celebrated as a mom? My mom is upset with both of us and called us ungrateful brats. My dad feels bad for her but supports our choice. Am I the asshole? Edit. To those asking how I'd feel if my dad were the one that acted like this, how I feel about dads who do this in general, they suck just as much, and it's not fair to the kids, regardless of whatever agreement spouses come to. This is not gender specific. While some people may have a gender bias, I do not. Even disregarding how you all were raised and your parents' agreement about that, you're adults now, and your mum is still not giving either of you any care. She can't be bothered to attend her daughter's baby shower, but thinks you all should make a fuss over her for Mother's Day. Nope, not how that works. I would give her as much energy as she gives you, which would free up a lot of your time, money, and energy. Not the asshole. This is the real issue we have. We were willing to continue to celebrate her in recent years as we hoped we could develop a bond. As we are longer kids, we don't need raising, etc. But no, she wants very little to do with us year-round until Mother's Day. My mom ended up skipping my sister's baby shower this year because she didn't see the big deal with someone having a baby. Dear Mom, you felt like skipping the baby shower because you don't see the point. You skipped major milestones in our life because you didn't see the point. You kept yourself emotionally distant from us because you didn't see the point. Your children needed a mother and you didn't see the point. At a certain point in life, all of your children got the point you were trying to make. That you don't see us as your children, you see us as your pets. Pets don't have the finances or abilities to throw Mother's Day events, so that's why we don't. As we see it, you created a contract with Dad that you wouldn't be a mom, but you never made any contract with us. Therefore, Mother's Day is cancelled until you start acting like a mother. Sincerely, your biological offspring. Not the asshole, I'm so sorry. If you can afford it, therapy may help. It is best for childhood trauma so that you don't bring it into your adult relationships and your relationships with your children. When I was reading this, I was asking myself if someone switched the genders on the parents and their positions. I swear I read this about dad/mom and the dad was the one who was emotionally distant and people thought that was normal, blah, blah, blah. We still celebrate our mum, but she usually gets a quiet lunch at a restaurant of her choice and a few gifts. Asterisk, asterisk, asterisk. After my mum ended up skipping my sister's baby shower this year because she didn't see the big deal with someone having a baby. My sister wanted to do nothing for her. We sent gifts but spent Mother's Day with each other, our husbands and our own kids. Not the asshole. This is the clincher for me. It's not just that she barely did anything for the two of you. And your poor dad, that line about Father's Day not being as important, so heartbreaking for him, while you were growing up. It's that she asterisk still sees no point in celebrating with the two of you asterisk. Glad you and your sister are able to go big for your dad now. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.